Previously on OATHSWORN.
If there's any chance that Aoife can snap out of it at any point, she has enough resources, I think, to take another shot.
I think I'm going to try to Dr. Aoife.
Okay, Yudet was just eaten in one gulp until, descending from out of the sky, she lands on Draknor's back, climbing across like a spider. Nabane.
Yeah. Okay, let me do one more round of trying to get Aoife back on her feet. I am going to use a Doctor Tick this time. I still have one more left.
Okay.
Just so I can get that extra die, because clearly things are getting worrying, shall we say. Do I need to mark a find med kit again for the second roll, Brendan?
No, I don't think. Okay. No.
Cool. So let's do a 3d6 on this one. Roll 3d6. Risky. Standard. All right, there's a crit.
Yo.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
hell yes.
When it matters.
Wow.
What's this look like?
I wonder if Nabane ends up using a reliquary here as kind of like a psychic sponge, because this was sort of fallout from the star shot. And so I think that Nabane takes a circlet of dried chosen hair dipped in wax, and places it sort of over Aoife's sort of fucked up magic eye, like a spectacle almost, looking through that.
Aoife does wear glasses.
Oh, perfect. Just over the one of the lenses of the glasses then. And then it just bursts into flames. As all of that star stuff is just absorbed into it. And it's that very Sans Undertale one glowing eye burning for a bit. And then, Devin, tell me, what does it look like when Aoife stands back up?
So Aoife doesn't stand back up. Something extremely unexpected happens, and I think Nabane will never quite understand what just happened. But Aoife sort of lands on Nabane as if Nabane caught her.
Oh.
Great. Good.
Sounds great.
And she kind of is in your arms, and then she kind of comes to and is like, oh, fuck.
And Nabane backs off and does a polite cough, yes.
Doctors never handled live people before?
Not usually. Historically. It's more, suddenly being held by a patient is weird, or suddenly holding a patient is weird. Mm-hmm. Nabane is a deeply awkward man. Cool.
I think we both kind of help each other up back onto our feet.
Yeah, and Nabane says, there's no time. Things are very bad.
Is Ruin still...
Nabane just points.
Yeah, you can see everything that's going on.
Oh, fuck. All right.
I am going to tick the last tick on people safely across the bridge.
Let's go.
I think enough time has passed that you can... Maybe a flare goes up or something like that.
Nice. I have a suggestion in terms of mechanically paying off that the crit that Nabane just got for no reason.
Please.
Can I have given basically a setup action for Aoife?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
I like that a lot. Aoife, what do you do?
So I guess the first key point to setting up another shot here is getting into a position where I can use my ambush.
Well, as far as the Never are concerned, you're unconscious.
Yeah.
So I think you're good there.
Okay, cool. So I'll be shooting from a new position. Okay,
Yeah.
so that gives me 4 dice to start with. Setting up my sniper rifle. Going to take another shot at Ruin.
Mhm.
I have a fine
Is
sniper
this-
rifle. Oh, go ahead.
Can I color that Nabane assisting?
Yeah, go for it.
Please.
Does Aoife tell Nabane to turn around and then use Nabane's shoulder as a rest for the rifle?
Yeah.
That's cute. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because maybe like she is having trouble standing.
Yeah,
she
yeah.
needs like you to be
Oh.
both doctor and sniper
Doctor and
stand.
tripod.
I think Nabane, you notice that when Aoife tries to put her feet on the ground, they're just like an inch above the ground.
Cool.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I'm a doctor, not a tripod. Anyways,
No, Nabane just closes his eyes very, very tight.
Great.
yeah, this is probably gonna hurt your shoulder.
And my ear.
Plug your ears. Yeah.
Yeah.
His poor floppy ears.
All right. Fine weapon starts at effect 2. Black shot brings me up to effect 3.
What are you shooting?
I'm shooting Ruin.
Okay, cool.
So that brings me up to 3. I'm spending both of my remaining aim points to bring it up to a 5.
Okay.
I'm going to push myself to bring it to a 6. And then I was going to ask about other elements, and it sounds like I got a setup action out of this.
Mhm. Yep.
Can I use that to bring me to greater effect?
Sure. That would bring it to risky great.
Sweet.
Alternatively, I can toss you my last tonic, and you could use that to go to great and get an extra die.
Love that too. Cool. Because great is all we need to get this clock.
All right.
Nabane, I think you, because of the way that we've colored this, Nabane, I think you can see that like Aoife is aiming for Ruin on the ridge, but between them are like these two grafted and then Draknor.
Right.
Do you have any feeling about like Aoife's target prioritization here?
No, because I think that Nabane as number one chosen fanboy is noticing that the place that Udet has put herself is now in between Ruin and Draknor.
Right.
And so from Nabane's perspective, well, we need to get rid of both of these things, so we might as well start with Ruin.
Sure. That makes sense. Okay. Aoife.
All right. 5d6, risky great. Finish God.
Oh.
5.
A 5 does it, but, you know.
That's a 5, a 3, a 4, a 3, and a 1. So glad I got those dice. I mean, the first one was the 5, but
Yeah, absolutely. Are you aiming for the same spot that you hit them before or something new?
yeah, I'm trying to like pierce them in the like center of their like avatar.
Yeah. And this is not a crimson shot. This is just regular black
This is
shot.
black shot. Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't like snap the world in half the same way that crimson shot does. But it blows a hole in the side of this thing. You can see splinters flying. You can see not merely this weird algae slime, but nettles and puffs of poison vapor go flying. There's a sound like a forest falling down. And I think Ruin retreats across the ridge. Nice job.
Given Ruin's scale and the fact that there was still like never behind them, is this the case that like, is it just never Ruin leaving? What I'm asking for is really just color here. Like, is Ruin the kind of commander, quote unquote, that like sweeps past or through their forces, or like their forces make way for them? Do you know what I'm asking?
I do know what you're asking, and I think that this feels less like an army and more like a stampede of beasts.
Sure. So in that case, are they hitting them as they go by?
I think so. Yeah, I think a number of just regular standard issue never were like destroyed as Ruin staggered backwards and basically just crushed them.
Destroyed or
and
like,
I think that.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say destroyed or like some caught up in the massive tangle of roots and just kind of like swept back with them.
Absolutely. I think Ruin regularly just like steps on or drains all of the moisture out of one of their enemies,
Right.
or of one of their minions, and just does not even notice.
Yeah.
And it is just part of the process. And Ruin moving back this way, like staggering back, I think will affect the direction of the stampede.
Mm.
The army will eventually begin to follow it back away from the bridge.
Right.
But it's like water sloshing back. It won't happen right away.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But just seeing that is enough for Nabane to not feel guilty about helping with a potentially selfish thing.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
One last little description to that moment. When she was like aiming up the shot, she was singing the last verse of the funeral dirge. So she was singing, "When I no longer howl at the moon, when I no longer sail into the sky, I dream of what I'll become next life because I no longer howl at the moon."
Awesome.
Sick.
A wretched, rotten gust of flame emerges both from Draknor's gullet and chest and sweeps onto the bridge.
Oh, that's bad.
Everyone here at the front is going to take the level 4 harm rot.
Fuck.
Well, as previously discussed, Shoop's roll has iframes, so I'm gonna.
He's going to dodge roll through it.
This is magic fire,
Excuse me,
right?
they're going to dodge. It is. It absolutely is.
Well, then I'm chewing on a stanky ass piece of parchment.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't have another one of those.
You
Should have.
Hang on.
Oh,
Let me think through this. Let me think about what Gavin just said. This is a magical effect. Yes. The special armor, as we have defined it for Kaio, will cancel out the corruption that you would take. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Oh, but not the harm.
Yeah.
I don't think it would cancel out the harm.
Okay, great. Then I'll spend my fine heavy armor and my fine shield
Okay.
to go down to level 2 harm. Or
That sounds-
heavy armor is
Heavy armor
2.
will do 2, yeah.
Heavy armor will
So
do
I go down
2.
to level 1 harm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might. Yeah, Kaio's got fitted heavy plate, so that is heavy armor. So I might spend those 2 and go down to 2, because that way I don't automatically suffer less effect on everything. And I get to clear stress.
So that takes you both to level 1, is that right?
No, I think it takes... Kaio's just going down to level 2, Obie's going to level 1.
Okay.
How does fine armor work?
2 ticks.
Okay, so that would bring. If I use my fine armor here, that would bring me from a 4 to a 2.
Does
Therefore-
Shoot have fine armor?
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong sheet.
What?
Yeah, I didn't think so. Rookies don't have
Oh,
fine
no.
armor.
Nope.
Yeah.
I got just a big prowess resist. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to have to jump in front of these rookies, because otherwise they're just dead.
Yeah, I think these rookies are dead unless someone else takes it.
I mean, Devin wants to take back Aoife. So at this point, this is a good point for Shoop to die.
Ah.
I think all
Yeah,
3 of these rookies are probably dead.
Yeah.
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 And that's
the
fine.
problem.
We have other
Yeah.
rookies.
And that's Yvonne, who I think named the worm within the walls for us.
Uh-huh.
And
we
Tyre.
can roll to resist this.
Yeah,
Ooh.
what kind of... Because Kai's still got a shield.
Oh, right. And you cleared stress. Yeah, Kaio could resist. Sure.
Yeah.
Or Shoot could resist. And
But we want Shoop dead.
Shook is no longer
Yeah.
a player character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no, but
Okay, so-
She has a good prowess resist.
no,
I'm
this
just
is how
saying.
we killed Gemma, remember?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh,
Pentos?
Pentos.
Or this is how we killed Penthos.
They're the same.
Penthos rolled to protect the other 2 rookies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as Brendan points out, Shoot is no longer a player character. So yeah, Kaio would have to do it. Or Obi can die.
Yeah. I was a fan of the characters. I let Aoife come back. I don't think you can jump back and forth between Shook
Yeah.
and Aoife.
Yeah, so Kaio would get 4 dice and take 1 less stress for this. So, hopefully I roll well enough. But yeah, I can. And also, if I take too much stress, then I get 1 trauma, and everybody drag me back. Please don't let me die here.
Sure.
But yeah, I'll resist to try to keep those rookies alive. Just jumping in front with the sick ass tower shield that they have.
I forgot.
It had like a big
shield.
bird. It had like a big bird on it.
Yeah,
And that's
It did.
cool and fun. So yeah, this is 4d6. 4d6 prowess resist. Whoop. Take 0 stress. I rolled a 5.
God damn.
Oh.
So it reduces the down to level 3 harm for these rookies?
Oh boy.
That's fine.
Jeez, I guess so.
You could do it again.
Okay.
You didn't take any stress just then.
I don't think that's how that works.
Yeah.
But
I
Kaio
know.
does just have to house this corruption. Just take that. So it's 5, right?
It is.
So Kaio takes
5,
a blight.
yes.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so these 3 rookies are going to take the level. The rookies will also. No, I guess they won't.
Because they
Yeah, they need
still
to get
have,
nerfed anyways.
they all still have
Yeah.
their special armor at least.
Yeah, they do.
just-
They absolutely do.
I like the idea of Kaio's
Yeah.
going up in all of this flame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
I'd love if whatever blight you take is like Dragon Flame.
well, I'm
themed or
considering
something.
taking miasma. You generated aura or cloud, right? Like this flame just like breaks off the shield and just like there's smoke and steam from the snow coming up off of it, and then that dissipates, and then you realize like, oh, there's still like a weird kind of like, something coming
Yeah.
off of Kaio.
Nice. Congrats for joining the weird little guy club.
Yeah, great. Okay, so these 3 rookies are going to take the level 3 harm, rotting.
Oh my god.
Kaio has a level 2, is that right?
Yeah.
Take the level 2 harm, foul.
Foul, sure.
Yeah. And Obeek has a level 1. Take the level 1 harm, vile.
Okay.
Okay, what happens next?
Whew. We've still got to deal with these grafted.
Yeah, they're still here.
How's everybody feeling for another group shoot? The rookies can't help here, unfortunately, because they need help to do anything.
We need Dorado's team to sub in
Yeah.
for this group shoot.
I
Yeah.
think at this stage you can use them. You're now in a position where that makes sense for them to be.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was going to suggest that Aoife shoots, but I just realized that she's out of black shot now because Obeek took her black shot.
Nice.
And out of points of aim, right?
The rookies can hand you a black shot,
Uh,
or Nabane can hand you a black shot.
Mm-hmm. There's
Yeah.
lots of black shot about.
Yeah, I think this is group shoot with everybody we've got on the bridge time.
Okay.
They approach it bad.
Get bad. Risky standard. They are tier 4. You have scale now, so that gets you 1 step closer. If everyone is using black shot, that's another step closer.
Still need 1 step. We could go desperate great.
We've been desperate this whole half of the mission.
Yeah,
so
that feels right.
why stop now?
Sorry, yeah, let's do desperate great. That's fun.
Well,
Or, sorry,
how would
desperate
it be?
standard. Desperate standard. Sorry.
Yeah.
Desperate standard.
Yep.
I always forget how that works when somebody in the group action would have naturally higher effect.
It only works if everybody in the group action would have higher effect.
So I
Yep.
don't get the effect of my fine rifle.
Correct. Because
No,
I also have
it
like, a
averages
fine
out.
weapon. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay. Is Kaio running this one? Or is Aoife running this one? Who's running this one?
Let's have Aoife, because Aoife's got a lot of
Stress now?
stress to, yeah.
Sure.
Also, like, Aoife's got sort of the best, well, I don't know if Aoife has the best shoot here. I think Aoife and probably Nubane are tied, but point is, like, Aoife's our sniper, so
Yeah.
call the shot.
Okay.
Okay, let's all do a big group shoot.
Desperate standard.
And Kaio's, like, moving back in this one, taking in the whole, like, fire. Hey,
Got a
That's a
6.
6.
that's a
Yeah,
That's a
fail.
fail.
Yes.
One
So I take
fail.
1 stress.
Oh, okay.
Don't forget
okay.
to mark XP.
Oh. Wait.
I read that's a 6, that's a fail as one, like, a 6 is a fail. I was like, why?
Special evil new rule.
Yeah, there's a blaze of gunfire, and each of these grafted go down with a terrible scream. Nice job. That fills the Never Army clock.
Now we just need to get the UDET back here clock filled, which isn't even on screen yet.
No. What do you do?
Oh boy. I wonder. I feel like of everyone on this bridge, Dorado might have the best shot at trying to convince, like, knows Udet the best, has spent the most time with her of anyone here, right?
Maybe,
But
yeah.
like Kaio having, sort of moved back to catch her breath and like, be like, okay, so I'm not all the way dead, good. Sort of like ask Dorado, like, can you convince Udet to come back? Can you, I don't know what needs to be said. You know her better. Can you get Udet to come with us? We gotta go. Like, can I do that? Is that what would that be?
I think, and I'm happy for this to be a group conversation, but looking at the situation, looking at the mission objective, I think Dorado, in this moment, would accurately say that Udet is the only thing that's stopping not Draknor from chasing you across the bridge.
Sure.
And that you have two choices here. Maybe you have other choices, but the two obvious choices are fall back with the numbers that you have, or try and help her take this thing down.
I have a pitch which is related to Gavin's earlier suggestion. Gavin, you had suggested about that we had already filled the bridge full of explosives.
Yeah, like a flashback to
Right.
a rec roll or something.
Yeah, which, Kaio, I think you have the stress now to do that flashback if need be.
Mm-hmm.
What if the pitch we make, or someone makes to UDET here, maybe this is like a group action or something to make this pitch to UDET, is like a part of this flashback of saying like, okay, here's the plan. If there's something big right at the end, we're going to try to lure it onto the bridge and then drop it into the chasm below.
Ah.
Does that make sense?
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because then UDET gets to save face, which I feel like is a big thing for her.
Yeah.
I like that a lot, if everyone's on board with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what the flashback here is probably the sway roll.
Sure.
Ooh.
I think you had ample opportunity to rig this place up with explosives.
Yeah.
I think that's not necessarily in question.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the
risk.
convincing.
The risk is getting her on board with it.
Yeah,
Do
that makes sense.
any of us have sway?
Kaio does not. I don't think any of us have sway.
Well, there's something interesting we could do here, which is
Sure.
we could return to the Nabane conversation we started with. If Nabane trauma's out here, I could grab Dorado, and we haven't statted out Dorado, I don't think. Dorado could have
No,
sway.
we should have.
Okay,
Yeah.
but if
If
Nabane
Nabane
trauma's
trauma's
out
out,
here,
he's
he's dead.
dead.
No,
right?
that's what I'm saying.
Dorado is statted out.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, is she?
Oh, and
Yeah,
she only
we
has
statted
one
her.
sway. That's still better than
that's
we do.
better
There's
than
more than
anyone
anyone else.
Yeah. But
Well,
also, yeah,
would
if
I-
Nabane trauma's out here, he dies, right? Like,
that's what I was-
like he's dead.
As I
That's
was saying,
bad.
we return to that earlier conversation and see how Brendan's feeling about letting me swap out.
Or Kaio could trauma out
Sure,
and then
that's
die.
true.
And she, they won't die here because this will be their first trauma.
We could do this. Now, stay with me here. We could do this as a group sway flashback. Where everybody
May have
together had to try to
we
make this
still-
case
we-
to UDET.
We would all trauma out at the same time to push ourselves.
Because so Brendan, how would this work? So how many stress would this flashback be?
2.
2. I take that as Kaio. Kaio trauma's out.
There we go.
Uh-huh.
Can I then have Dorado sort of make the most compelling case in that sway? Or if it is a group sway, then, at least there's, well, that one's a 1 dice, fingers crossed kind of deal. I mean, at that point, does making it a group roll make sense?
We get more dice, it always makes sense. If Brendan will
Okay,
let us
fair.
do it.
I don't think staging a group intervention to try and appeal to Udet is the sensible way to go about it. I am willing, I think Kaio traumaing out to give Dorado the opportunity to make that pitch makes sense to me.
Cool.
Okay.
Especially in the wake of that big defend.
Yeah.
Where like Kaio is doing the thing that Kaio is good at, taking the big hit, but is no longer in a position to give orders.
Yeah, Kaio's looking real fucked up.
Well, it could be like a thing where it's like you're switching places with Dorado, or that was
because I literally had
Yeah,
Kaio like fall back to where like the sort of like where pretty much Dorado is.
Yeah,
right.
that's
Kind of
exactly
goes
right.
back and then like effectively tags Dorado in. Right, like it's up to you now.
Right. I mean, Dorado is the commander. Dorado would see that instinctively.
Yeah. I'll take that flashback.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. I'll try to figure out what Kaio's trauma is, but yeah, Kaio falls back and then just like clunk on the ground.
Boy, this is still risky standard.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Dorado's Tails? I missed that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we've had that conversation a couple times.
Yeah.
I could help here. That would make Obeek trauma out.
And die, right?
No, Obeek is a soldier. Obeek has 2 trauma boxes.
I mean, Dorado can also push. I can also have Dorado push herself because she hasn't taken any stress yet.
So that means 7 people would have to carry 5 people across this bridge.
Doof.
Probably leave a bunch of gear behind.
Mm-hmm.
I think hang on to Obeek. Because we still, like, if we are going to, if there's some amount of, like, us needing to get Draknor on this bridge, like, that is bringing it closer, and I don't know if that's going to involve more fighting.
I'm not even sure what Obeek helping Dorado convince Udet would look like.
I mean, Obeek was part of that
person.
legion.
Me neither.
Yeah.
That's true. Obeek was part of that legion.
That's the closest
absolutely
I can think of is like another person who has spent more time around Udet.
Yeah, you could absolutely do that.
Okay.
Also, it's good if the siblings trauma out together, IMO.
Gavin, are you doing that?
Are you okay with that, Chris?
Yeah, if you are, you're playing Obeek.
Okay.
I do like that, Kaio like blocks this huge thing of fire and then is like moving back as everybody moves forward to shoot again and just says to Obeek like, I'm just gonna go take a breather, and then just falls down.
Yeah, me too.
Obeek was like already unconscious when you said this.
No.
Thumbs up.
That rules.
Okay, and I'm also having Dorado push herself.
Great.
Wow, so that's risky this was risky standard, right?
It was, yeah.
Devil's
Oh.
bargain.
Yeah, I'll hear one.
Someone's not going to make it back across the bridge when these explosives go off.
Nope. No, thank you.
Okay.
I think I'm just gonna take both of those, the push and the help as.
I'll give you a different one.
Oh, okay.
Someone else from the Legion and or the refugees who is unexpectedly headed back this way will not make it across when the explosives go off.
Yeah, I'll kill Suleiman.
But what if we need more crimson? Is there an option for more crimson shot?
Yes.
I feel like we might need that. We can break the sky some more.
I produce one every 48 hours. Faster if you subscribe to premium package.
I lay an egg.
That was my first thought. I'm just like, what do you mean I produce?
Remove ads.
Lord. Ugh. How does everyone feel about someone not making it back? I'm just so worried about who it is, but like, well,
I think I know who it is.
that's terrifying.
Who do you think it is?
I'll tell you right now. I don't know who it is.
Oh,
but
that's interesting.
But I have some candidates. And
Brendan
we'll
has a
figure it out.
wheel of names that he will spin.
Yeah, I do. It's called the Consonant Legion.
Spin that legion. I think I'll just make
That's
this
the sound of
risky.
spinning.
I think I'll just still say no because I want to keep everyone together as much as I can. Do I make this risky? Great with 2d6. I don't do math dice in my head, but I would like for something to be great. But more dice is good.
What would great effect look like here?
That's a good question.
Great effect is the Udet has been playing for this the whole time. Well, I guess that's kind of
Would that
standard
mean
effect.
Would that mean that, that she wouldn't really need convincing?
Is great effect that this
No.
is the last roll of this session?
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'll go 2d6 risky great.
Okay. No. I'll say one more thing. I'll say great effect is this is the last action roll of this session.
Ah, okay, sure.
Okay. Ugh.
Resist consequences, etc.
Right.
Yeah, fair. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go 2d6 risky great. 2d6 risky great sway. There's a 4.
4.
Nice.
Okay.
That's technically a success.
It is technically a success. Absolutely. It's a mixed success. Yeah, the two of you go to Udet and make this pitch. She accepts in that way where she kind of refuses to give you a clear answer. You get the sense that she accepts, that she understands that this is the plan. But of course, it's difficult to tell until she roll slides off of Draknor's back and makes her way to the bridge. But as the fight has moved this way, so too has that slime, has that green algae.
Yuck.
I think, I'm wrestling between, is it more interesting to endanger her or to endanger the Legion? I think the Legion. Udet, what has happened here is Udet has agreed to this plan and will go along with it if it turns out she can't kill Ruin or whatever this thing is by herself. And it turns out she cannot. But she spends too long trying to find that out. She wastes as much time as she possibly can before she complies and begins moving with the plan. And that buys enough time for this awful, awful blood to begin to wash up like a flood over the edge of the bridge.
Oh no.
Whoever is there will take the level 3 harm corroded.
Ooh. So that's, Obeek's already down 2 rookies, Shooked and Dorado.
Yeah.
Oof.
Dorado could resist.
How can resist? Would love to resist.
I think this is insight. I think it's realizing the danger
Okay.
as time is running out.
I don't have no dice in that.
You got grit.
Oh yeah, I have grit. I'm also gonna spend a point of grit. Heck yeah.
I don't know why. When I made her character sheet, I was kind of envisioning her as like a jack of all trades with lots of resistance ability.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
that makes
fair.
sense.
I think anyone that survives as long as she does.
Yeah, okay, so that's 4 dice. There's a 5. Oh, and she also has the kind trait. Take 1 less stress on resist for protecting squad mates or protecting others, yeah.
Let's go.
This counts as that.
Pretty good.
So it's either 1 die or it's either 1 stress or 0. Sounds like 0?
Well, it sounded like this is you
Protecting.
defending the rest of the group.
Yeah.
Okay. I think you also have to roll for yourself.
Oh. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
You have a
That
second
makes
point of
sense.
grit.
That's true. I do have a second point of grit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do it.
Oh, does the blood thing also come with corruption?
Oh, it sure does. Absolutely it does. But you have a use of...
Yeah, I have
Special
the
armor.
special armor.
Yep.
Throws that in her mouth.
Yep.
And then, yeah, it's still insight for Dorado?
Let's mix it up. Let's say it's insight to ward everyone else away, but it's prowess to rescue yourself from this.
Okay, I'm going to spend my other point of grit, because I might as well. So that's
Yep.
5 dice to resist.
Let's go. That's
Into the
a
6, 0 stress.
6.
Absolutely. Yeah, tell me how you protect this squad from this surge of slime.
Yeah, so Shooked is still up, right, Devin?
Shook's got a level 3 rotting, I think.
Yeah, the
Oh.
Ember Wolves are all down now.
Okay,
I think Bowie's safe somewhere.
oh goodness. Okay. If no, because Shooked and so
Yeah,
then
no,
Dorado.
they're all in a pile, basically.
Yeah, Shook's, Tyre, and Ivan.
Yikes. So Dorado runs up to call out to Yuda, like, we gotta go, sees the slime blood coming. Is there enough time for, like, the rookies who were back with Dorado to come forward and drag the others back?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so then that's the protecting everyone else, and then for Dorado, like, yeah, throws the in the same way that Udet was like, you know, kind of wasting time and waiting until the very last moment she could to be like, okay, I'll come back now. Dorado also like stands at the edge of the bridge until the very last moment she can, till the blood's like right there, and then just like jumps back and runs back with the rest of everyone else and helps like pick up someone else.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna make one more resist roll for Udet. She extricates herself and gets 6.
Oh, yeah.
Again, sort of rolls off of Dracnor's back, leaps over this mess of algae that is beginning to encroach onto Olikari Bridge. How many conscious do we have versus unconscious?
Let's see, Kaio, Obeek, and 3 rookies, right? So 5
Nabane's conscious.
unconscious.
4 rookies.
4 rookies. Okay, so
Well, the rookies needed help. They weren't unconscious. They were just injured.
Right.
okay, so Kaio and
Effectively
Obeek are the only who are out
Yeah.
with trauma. There's
Okay.
3 rookies who need help but can still move, and then everyone else is mobile.
Okay.
Yeah.
You make it across the bridge. Dorado, tell me what it's like to surge across the bridge with this rot dragon chomping at your heels.
Yeah, it's just everyone, you know, just like sort of taking turns of making sure like the people who need help are probably like rotating between like hanging off people, right? Like people who are out are being carried. People who need help are like hanging on to people who are probably carrying the people who are out. And then it's just like Dorado like running through that crowd, kind of like helping out where needs so that nobody ends up lagging behind.
Do we see like do you remember when we rescued Azar and people were doing that like
Rolling thing?
rolling, exchanging who is carrying who?
Yeah.
Do we see people doing that with Kaio and Obeek?
Yeah, that's dope.
Because they're both like large lads, right?
Oh yeah. Or
Oh.
at least Kyle is. I don't know about
And
Obeek,
we're all
but
bedecked in heavy gear.
yeah, also
Yeah.
everyone's rolling heavy
Absolutely.
gear as well. That's armor and winter clothing. Like
Yeah, everyone's got the fat
Is
rolls
Nabane
on.
strong enough to give Aoife a piggyback?
Nabane carries 100 pounds of backpack weight
Fair.
every day. He's training like Goku.
He leaves one backpack on the bridge.
No.
Yeah.
Full of explosives.
Yeah. That was
the
the.
Bane drops a backpack on the bridge and it like just destroys the bridge like Rock Lee.
yeah.
That's the one Naruto reference I know. I did it.
Yay! Welcome to the anime podcast.
Welcome to the Anime Podcast.
What benefit can he gain from just dropping a couple backpacks?
I mean, we haven't seen Nabane take his shirt off, right? He could be fucking ripped.
I've seen Nabane take his shirt off, but I subscribe to Patreon. I think
It's true.
I think as it gets dark, as the storm begins to close in, and as the explosions begin to echo out, I think you hear Dracnor roar, but I don't think it's clear whether or not Dracnor fell or is simply trapped on the other side. All you know is the roar and the sound of the Never Horde grows more and more distant after the bridge collapses into the ravine. You make your way to join the rest of the Legion. OATHSWORN is an actual play podcast created by
Devin Nelson.
Gavin Frazier.
Chris Allison.
Matthew Guzdial.
and me, Brendan McLeod. All music for the show is created by Devin Nelson. Find it and more at devindecibel.bandcamp.com. Find a link to their music and any of the games that we've played in the podcast description. Follow us at OathSwornPod on Twitter or at OathSwornPodcast.com. If you enjoyed the show, please consider sharing it with a friend or rating us 5 stars on your podcast platform of choice. Until next time.